What's up, crypto gang? Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are new here, we do a giveaway at the beginning of every single episode, and today's winner is Livia Jolie. Thanks so much for commenting on the previous video, Livy. I just sent you some Bitcoin and also linked to your YouTube channel in the description below. In today's video, we go through Azbit. It is a new platform that is allowing investors to move from the traditional world into the cryptocurrency world. Quick disclaimer, this video is pseudo-sponsored by them because they are doing a campaign on Grow Your Base. So I wanted to be fully transparent because they are 100% compliant with the SEC. They have approval that I'm going to be linking in the description below to do their IEO in the next coming days. Over the past few years, on-ramps have become more and more popular. And what Azbit is trying to do is they're trying to build the bridge between traditional finance and bring everyone into the cryptocurrency world, which is extremely important. When you're dealing with traditional institutions and investors, there needs to be a level of compliance that is basically unmatched. And we haven't seen anything yet other than the company called Bakkt that is coming out. That's an ETF that we can go through another time. But Azbit is basically focusing on allowing traditional investors to use the different instruments on their platform to make them feel comfortable with investing in a brand new asset class, which is cryptocurrency. Also, if you guys are brand new to the space, Roger Ver is the guy behind Bitcoin.com and Bitcoin Cash, which is the company that is primarily focusing on big blocks and low-cost transactions to be the cash of the cryptocurrency world. And him backing this project is a big deal. There are a lot of companies out there that claim that they have advisors that are helping them, but in this case, Azbit actually has a close relationship directly with Roger Ver and Bitcoin.com, and they're doing exclusive announcements over the next few days that I'm excited to be linking in the description below. One of the most important things when we talk about bridging the world of traditional finance into cryptocurrency is by far a traditional credit card or plastic card that you can use. And that is what Azbit is bringing to the table, where they are going to be providing an actual cryptocurrency card. So not only does Azbit have Roger Ver backing them, they have a plastic card that's universal for banking and a license in Europe to be using it as payments completely legally. They have the backing of the SEC to sell to accredited investors in the United States, which is a massive deal for any company that has tried to do these IEOs in the space. You would know that it is a very large hurdle to get the blessing of the SEC to allow accredited investors to invest in it. But last and most important out of all of this is that they have a working MVP, which stands for minimum viable product. People can go through, they can use it, they can actually interact with the multi-currency exchange as it exists right now to test the grounds before they actually do their IEO. If you guys haven't seen the IEO video, it stands for initial exchange offering, and that is where a company is releasing tokens on an exchange. This is intended to initially get investors in through the door and invested in the project, and having a partnership with an exchange right out of the gate is a very powerful thing to provide liquidity for all of the investors that have put forward their investment. So in this video, I'm going to go over the one-pager to show you guys the bullet points of all three of the customer segments that they are trying to attract, which are the traders, investors, and institutions. Without further ado, let's dive right into their one-pager so you guys can get an overview of what Azbit is trying to accomplish by bringing traditional finance into the world of crypto. All right, as you can see here, right front and center, blockchain investment banking, a super cool bridge to allow traditional finance to come into the cryptocurrency world. You can also see that the IEO starts in 20 hours and 20 minutes, which means that the link to their active IEO on Bit4X will be in the description, so you guys can go check that out as well. Here is the quote from Roger about the Azbit project. He said, Azbit has everything required for a successful launch: a strong team, a reliable business model, payment institution license, and most importantly, the exciting prospect of bringing something new to the world of finance. So Roger is a big component of allowing everyone in the entire world to have control of sovereign money and control of their own finances. So it would make sense that he wants the traditional world to move into the cryptocurrency space and allow them to really try something new. And this would make perfect sense why he's backing this project, because they are opening the gates for the institutions and they're doing it compliantly, which is what institutions are all about. They're not going to touch anything. One of these shady exchanges out there now that isn't compliant in various countries, and they're just sort of fly by night. So it's exciting to see that an actual legitimate exchange is going through all of the compliant processes to allow traditional finance to come in, use the instruments that exist in traditional finance on a new asset class, which is crypto. All right, so this is the overview of everything that Azbit is doing. They're doing a multi-currency exchange where customers will have full access to the crypto to crypto pairs, as well as crypto to fiat pairs, which what I mentioned before was an on-ramp that is effectively allowing people to seamlessly invest using the fiat currency of the country they're based in. So for example, your US dollars or your pound if you're based in somewhere like London. So the investment platform will be a multi-layered investment account that allows people to basically do portfolio management. So that's something that is in the traditional world where you can allow people to manage your portfolio for you. And it's just basically a hands-off experience with the traditional finance world. I've been involved with that for the past 5 years or so with people like Merrill Lynch that allow you to, passively let them manage their money and then just check in with them every now and then. The next one is CMC.io. So this is basically a twist on CoinMarketCap, and it is really, really cool in that they have like actual AI-based trading signals. It's a very clean platform, and if you guys get a chance to check it out, I'm gonna link to that also in the description, but really, really cool design, very seamless and very easy to use. I've actually started using that over the past couple of days. Then of course, you have your various things that are included in payments, where you have electronic payments, you have your wallet, where you can use, for cold storage, which is very important. It's important for everyone to know. In the past, I've mentioned cold storage, hot storage. Hot storage is something that you're trading with. Cold storage is something that you are, keeping offline, away from any sort of, server or anything that could potentially be at risk of losing funds. The AZ chain, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Binance chain, where they're launching, developing their own network, and they're launching tokens on top of it. This is a really interesting thing that they're trying to do here. Azbit is working on developing its own blockchain network to solve the common problems of security, scalability, and decentralization. So I would imagine in the future that they're actually going to be releasing assets to traditional investors. This last bit here is a big one. This is where you bridge between traditional and your crypto world. So AZ stocks, right down here on the bottom right-hand corner, is customers will get access to effective trading on traditional stock markets, including real-time prices and live charts with 50 traditional indicators. So this means that you are not only seeing crypto, you are seeing traditional stocks. So that mesh together, when we talk about the multi-currency exchange, you're not only going to be able to invest in crypto, but you're also going to be able to monitor the traditional stock market, which is a big deal. When you're putting all those together, you're making people more comfortable with using what you've created. When you're introducing a new asset, it's important to include the old assets that you're familiar with, and in the event that something happens and you get too freaked out with a new asset, you can move into that one. Prime example being something like gold. You could move Bitcoin into gold and whatnot. So very, very cool that they're allowing traditional investors that kind of homey feeling where they're allowed to invest in traditional stocks as well as crypto. Last thing that I want to show you guys is the 5 reasons that they gave me. There's an actual MVP, a business model that is actually legitimate, where you're dealing with bridging the world of traditional finance tools into crypto, which is really, really something that you need to onboard all of the institutions that are interested in the space. Simple, clear services, there's nothing too complex, and bonuses for the actual Azbit holders. And last but not least is Roger Ver's advisory. He is Bitcoin Jesus, as he's been claimed in the past, or as he's claimed in the past. And he is definitely one of the most influential people by far in the space. And all the projects that he's been a part of have raised between 15 and 50 million USD, as you can see right here. So super exciting to see that he's getting involved in this. I'm definitely going to be doing more research on the actual MVP itself. And I'm really excited to see that the team is adequate, and that they're going to be approaching these traditional investors to bring them into the crypto space, because that is a mega wave of money. It's important to realize how much money will be going through tools that are from a traditional background and incorporating crypto into them. It's within the trillions of dollars that you guys need to keep in mind when you're dealing with traditional finance and a new asset class, and you're introducing the two together and creating an on-ramp like this. you are going to see a big influx of capital. Once people are comfortable, you have both traditional assets and new assets. When they're comfortable moving between the two, you will see a large amount of capital coming through it. And that is why this is such a promising business model. So I'm really excited about this project, and I'm going to be using it over the next few months here. So if you guys have any additional questions, leave it in the comments below. And super excited for their IEO also on Bitforex. That is it for my overview of Azbit. I hope you guys like it. If you did, there is a link to their Grow Your Base campaign below so you guys can share on social media, earn some tokens for sharing it, and show them some love all across your social channels. And that is it for this episode. I hope you guys like it. There's also a link to everything that I discussed in the one pager below so you guys can check that out. Their IEO is coming out in the next 48 hours, so go give that a go. This is not financial advice by any means. All the disclaimers are in the description below also if you have questions about that. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.